direction cosines and direction ratios of a line. If a directed line L passing through the origin makes angles alpha, beta and gamma with x, y and z axis respectively called direction angles, then cosine of these angles, namely cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma, are called direction cosines of the directed line L. If the direction of the line L is reversed, then their angles are replaced by their supplements, that is pi minus alpha, pi minus beta and pi minus gamma. Direction cosines are denoted by the letters L, M and N. Any three numbers which are proportional to the direction cosines of a line are called the direction ratios of the line. If L, M, N are direction cosines and A, B, C are direction ratios of a line, then A is equal to lambda L, B is equal to lambda M and C is equal to lambda N for any non-zero lambda belongs to R. If A, B, C are the directed ratios of the line, then its direction cosines are given as L is equal to plus or minus A divided by root over A square plus B square plus C square. M is equal to plus or minus B divided by root over A square plus B square plus C square, and N is equal to plus or minus C divided by root over A square plus B square plus C square. Relation between the direction cosines of a line. Consider a line RS with direction cosines L, M and N. Draw a line parallel to RS and passing through origin. Take any point P, x, y, z on this line. From P, draw a perpendicular PA on the x-axis. Let OP is equal to R. Then cos alpha is equal to OA by OP, which is equal to x by R. But cos alpha is equal to L. Therefore, x is equal to LR. Similarly, we get y is equal to MR and z is equal to NR. Now, x square plus y square plus z square is equal to R square into L square plus M square plus N square. But x square plus y square plus z square is equal to R square. Therefore, we get L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1. That is, cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. Direction cosines of a line passing through two given points. Let P x1, y1, z1 and Q x2, y2, z2 be 2 points on a line L. Let L, M, N be the direction cosines of the line PQ and let it makes angles alpha, beta and gamma with x, y and z axis respectively. Draw perpendiculars from P and Q to xz plane. Let these perpendiculars meet xz plane at R and S respectively. Draw a perpendicular from P to QS to meet QS at N. Now, in a right angle triangle PNQ, angle PQN is equal to gamma. Therefore, cos gamma is equal to NQ divided by PQ, which is equal to Z2 minus Z1 by PQ. Similarly, we get cos alpha is equal to x2 minus x1 by PQ and cos beta is equal to y2 minus y1 by PQ. Hence, the direction cosines of the line segment joining the points P x1 y1 z1 and Q x2 y2 z2 are x2 minus x1 by pq, y2 minus y1 by pq and z2 minus z1 by pq, where pq is equal to root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z1 whole square. The direction ratios of the line segment joining P x1 y1 z1 and Q x2 y2 z2 may be taken as x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1 and z2 minus z1.
Equation of a line through a given point and parallel to a given vector b bar. Let a bar be the position vector of the given point A with respect to the origin O of the rectangular coordinate system. Let L be the line which passes through the point A and parallel to a given vector b bar. Let P be any arbitrary point on the line L with position vector r bar. From triangle law of vector addition, we have OA bar plus AP bar is equal to OP bar. But we have OA bar is equals to A bar and OP bar is equal to R bar. Now, the line L is parallel to the given vector B bar. That is, AP bar can be written as AP bar is equal to lambda into B bar for some real number lambda. From vector law of addition, we got OA bar plus AP bar is equal to OP bar. Now, substituting the corresponding values, that is OA bar is equal to A bar and AP bar is equal to lambda B bar and OP bar is equal to R bar, we get A bar plus lambda B bar is equal to R bar. Therefore, equation of a line through a given point and parallel to the given vector B bar is R bar is equal to A bar plus lambda B bar. Equation of a line passing through two given points. Let A x1 y1 z1 and B x2 y2 z2 be 2 points on the line L. Now, let A vector and B vector be the position vectors of the point A and B respectively. Let P be any arbitrary point on the line with position vector R. It's clear that A, P, B are the points lying on the line, so AP and AB are collinear vectors. Therefore, from the definition of collinear vectors, vector AP is equals to lambda into vector AB for some lambda belongs to real numbers. But vector AP is equal to vector OP minus vector OA, that is R vector minus A vector. Similarly, vector AB is equal to vector OB minus vector OA, that is B vector minus A vector. Substituting the respective values in vector AP is equal to lambda into vector AB, we get R vector minus A vector is equals to lambda into B vector minus A vector. That is, vector R is equals to vector A plus lambda times vector B minus vector A. Therefore, vector equation of a straight line passing through two given points A and B with position vectors A and B respectively is vector r is equal to vector a plus lambda times vector b minus vector a for some lambda belongs to R. Angle between two lines. Let L1 and L2 be two lines passing through origin with direction ratios A1, B1, C1 and A2, B2, C2 respectively. Let P be any point on L1 and Q be any point on L2. Let theta be the angle between two directed lines OP and OQ. Now, these directed line segments are nothing but the vectors with the components A1, B1, C1 and A2, B2, C2 respectively. Therefore, the angle between the vectors OP and OQ are cos theta is equal to modulus of A1, A2 plus B1, B2 plus C1, C2 by root over A1 square plus B1 square plus C1 square into root over A2 square plus B2 square plus C2 square. If instead of direction ratios, direction cosines, say L1, M1, N1 for L1 and L2, M2, N2 for L2 are given, then the angle between these two lines are given as cos theta is equal to modulus of L1, L2 plus M1, M2 plus N1, N2 as L1 square plus M1 square plus N1 squared and L2 square plus M2 square plus N2 squared, both are equal to 1.
Angle between two straight lines in terms of sin theta. We know sin theta is equal to root over 1 minus cos square theta. Substituting the value of cos theta, we get sin theta is equal to root over 1 minus A1, A2 plus B1, B2 plus C1, C2 whole square by A1 square plus B1 square plus C1 square into A2 square plus B2 square plus C2 square. On simplification, we get sin theta is equal to A1 B2 minus A2 B1 whole square plus B1 C2 minus B2 C1 whole square plus C1 A2 minus C2 A1 whole square divided by root over A1 square plus B1 square plus C1 square into root over A2 square plus B2 square plus C2 square.
Condition for two lines with direction ratios A1, B1, C1 and A2, B2, C2 to be perpendicular. If these two lines are perpendicular, then the angle between them, that is theta, is equal to 90 degrees. Then cos 90 is equal to 0. So we get A1, A2 plus B1, B2 plus C1, C2 is equal to 0.
Condition for the two lines to be parallel. If two lines are parallel, then angle between them is 0. Substituting theta is equal to 0 in the formula sin theta, we get the condition for two lines to be parallel as A1 over A2 is equal to B1 over B2 is equal to C1 over C2. Now, let us find the angle between two lines when their equations are given. If theta is acute angle between the lines, r vector is equal to a1 vector plus lambda b1 vector and r vector is equal to a2 vector plus mu into b2 vector, then the angle between these two straight lines is cos theta is equal to modulus of b1 dot b2 over mod b1 into mod b2. Any two lines in a plane are either parallel or intersecting. If the two lines are parallel, then the shortest distance between them is the perpendicular distance between them. If the two lines are intersecting lines, then the shortest distance between them is 0. Similarly, in a space also, the shortest distance between the parallel lines is the perpendicular distance between the parallel lines, and the shortest distance between the intersecting lines is 0. But in a space, there are lines which are neither parallel nor intersecting. Such lines are called non-coplanar lines or skew lines. The lines which are neither parallel nor intersecting always belongs to different planes. So, they are called non-coplanar lines. Distance between two skew lines. Let L1 and L2 be two skew lines with equations r vector is equal to a1 vector plus lambda b1 vector and r vector is equal to a2 vector plus mu b2 vector. Consider any point S on the line L1 with position vector a1 and the point T on the line L2 with position vector a2. Now, the magnitude of the shortest distance vector will be equal to that of projection of ST along the direction of the line of shortest distance. If PQ is the shortest distance vector between L1 and L2, then it should be perpendicular to both B1 and B2. Then the unit vector n vector along PQ would be unit vector n is equal to B1 vector cross B2 vector divided by modulus of B1 vector cross B2 vector. If D is the magnitude of the shortest distance vector, then vector PQ is equal to D n cap. Let theta be the angle between the vectors ST and PQ. Then PQ is equal to ST into cos theta. But the angle between two vectors is given by the formula cos theta is equal to modulus of PQ vector dot ST vector divided by modulus of PQ vector into modulus of ST vector. Substituting the corresponding values of PQ vector and ST vector, we get cos theta is equal to D into unit vector n into vector A2 minus vector A1 divided by D into modulus of ST vector. Again, substituting the value of unit vector n cap, we get cos theta is equal to modulus of B1 cross B2 vectors dot vector A2 minus vector A1 divided by ST into modulus of vector B1 cross vector B2. Therefore, substituting the value of cos theta in the shortest distance, D is equal to PQ, which is equal to ST into modulus of cos theta, we get D is equal to modulus of B1 vector cross B2 vector dot A2 vector minus A1 vector, the whole thing divided by modulus of B1 vector cross B2 vector. When the lines are given in Cartesian form, then the shortest distance between them is modulus of determinant of x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1, a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2 divided by root over b1 c2 minus b2 c1 whole square plus c1 a2 minus c2 a1 whole square plus a1 b2 minus a2 b1 whole square. Distance between parallel lines. Let r vector is equal to a1 vector plus lambda b vector and r vector is equal to a2 vector plus mu into b vector be the equation of two straight lines which are parallel. They are coplanar as they are parallel lines. Now, vector a1 is the position vector of a point S on L1 and a2 is the position vector of a point T on L2. As L1 and L2 are coplanar, if the foot of the perpendicular from T on the line L1 is P, then the distance between the lines L1 and L2 is equal to modulus of Tp. Let theta be the angle between the vectors ST and B. Now, vector B cross vector ST is equal to modulus of B into modulus of ST into sin theta multiplied by unit vector n cap. Now, vector ST is equal to a2 vector minus a1 vector and modulus of ST vector into sin theta is equal to PT. Substituting the corresponding values, the distance between the given parallel lines is D is equal to modulus of PT vector, which is equal to modulus of B vector cross A2 vector minus A1 vector divided by modulus of B vector. Equation of a plane passing through three non-collinear points. Let R, S, T be three non-collinear points on the plane with position vectors A, B, C respectively. Let P be any point with the position vector R in the same plane. Now, the vectors RS and RT are in the given plane. By the definition of the cross product, RS cross RT is a vector perpendicular to the plane containing the points R, S and T. Therefore, the equation of the plane passing through R and perpendicular to the vector RS cross RT is R vector minus A vector dot RS vector cross RT vector is equal to 0. But vector RS is equal to B vector minus A vector and RT is equal to C vector minus A vector. Therefore, vector equation of the plane passing through three non-collinear points A, B, C is R vector minus A vector dot B vector minus A vector cross C vector minus A vector is equal to 0. Now, Cartesian form of the equation of the plane passing through three non-collinear points. Let x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2 and x3, y3, z3 be the coordinates of the point R, S and T respectively. And also, let x, y, z be the coordinates of the point P on the plane with position vector R. Now, vector RP is equal to x minus x1 into I cap plus y minus y1 into j cap plus z minus z1 into k cap. Similarly, we can get the values of the vectors RS and RT. Substituting these values in the vector form of the equation of the plane and expressing it in the determinant form, we get the equation of the plane passing through three non-collinear points as determinant of x minus x1, y minus y1, z minus z1, x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1, x3 minus x1, y3 minus y1, z3 minus z1 is equal to 0. Is it necessary that the three points should be always non-collinear? What is the equation of the plane passing through three collinear points? Planes passing through three collinear points resembles the pages of a book where the line containing the points R, S and T are members in the binding of the book. Therefore, the required equation of the plane will be the equation of straight line passing through these three collinear points. Intercept form of the equation of a plane. Let the equation of the plane be ax plus by plus cz plus d is equal to 0, where d is not equal to 0. If this plane makes an intercept of a, b, c on x, y and z axis respectively, then this plane meets x axis at a 0, 0, y axis at 0, b 0 and z axis at 0, 0, c. As the plane passes through these 3 points, the points should satisfy the equation of the plane. Therefore, we get a is equal to minus d by a and b is equal to minus d by b and c is equal to minus d by c. Substituting the values of a, b and c in the equation of the plane, we get the equation of plane in intercept form as x by a plus y by b plus z by c is equal to 1. Equation of the plane passing through the intersection of two given planes. Let pi1 and pi2 be two planes with equations r vector dot n1 cap is equal to d1 and r vector dot n2 cap is equal to d2 respectively. Now, the position vector of any point on the line of intersection of these two planes must satisfy both the equations of the planes. If t vector is the position vector of a point on the line, then t vector dot n1 cap is equal to d1 and t vector dot n2 cap is equal to d2. Therefore, for all real values of lambda, we have t vector dot n1 plus lambda n2 is equal to d1 plus lambda d2. Since t vector is an arbitrary vector, it satisfies for any point on the line. Hence, the equation r vector dot n1 plus lambda n2 is equal to d1 plus lambda d2 represents a plane pi3, which is such that if any vector r satisfies both the equations pi1 and pi2, it also satisfies the equation pi3. Therefore, the equation of the plane passing through the intersection of two given planes is r vector dot n1 vector plus lambda n2 vector is equal to d1 plus lambda d2. Now, the Cartesian form of the equation of the plane passing through the intersection of two given planes is a1x plus b1y plus c1z minus d1 plus lambda times a2x plus b2y plus c2z minus d2 is equal to 0. Coplanarity of two lines. Two lines are said to be coplanar if they lie on a same plane. Let r vector is equal to a1 vector plus lambda b1 vector is a equation of line passing through the point whose position vector is a1 and parallel to the vector b1. Similarly, r vector is equal to A2 plus mu B2 is the equation of a line passing through the point whose position vector is A2 and parallel to the vector B2. Now, vector AB is equal to A2 vector minus A1 vector, and this vector is perpendicular to the plane containing the vectors B1 cross B2. Therefore, the given lines are coplanar if and only if AB vector is perpendicular to B1 vector cross B2 vector. We know the condition for the vectors to be perpendicular is their dot product is 0. Therefore, vector AB dot B1 vector cross B2 vector is equal to 0, or A2 vector minus A1 vector dot B1 cross B2 vector is equal to 0. Cartesian form. Let x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2 be the coordinates of the point A and B respectively. Similarly, let A1, B1, C1 and A2, B2, C2 be the dias of the vectors B1 and B2 respectively. Now, AB vector is equal to x2 minus x1 into I cap plus y2 minus y1 into j cap plus z2 minus z1 into k cap. B1 vector is equal to A1 I cap plus B1 j cap plus C1 k cap, and B2 vector is equal to A2 I cap plus B2 j cap plus C2 k cap. The given lines are coplanar if and only if AB vector dot B1 vector cross B2 vector is equal to 0. Therefore, in Cartesian form, we get the condition for the lines to be coplanar as determinant of x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1, a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2 is equal to 0.
Angle between two planes. The angle between two planes is defined as the angle between their normals. If theta is an angle between two planes, then 180 minus theta is also angle between two planes. Let r vector dot n1 vector is equal to d1 and r vector dot n2 vector is equal to d2 be equation of two planes with normals n1 vector and n2 vector. Let theta be the angle between these two planes. That is, theta is the angle between the two normals n1 vector and n2 vector. Therefore, the angle between two planes is given as cos theta is equal to modulus of n1 vector dot n2 vector divided by modulus of n1 into modulus of n2. Condition for the planes to be perpendicular. If two planes are perpendicular, then their normals are perpendicular. Therefore, we get n1 vector dot n2 vector is equal to 0. Condition for two planes to be parallel. If two planes are parallel, then their normals are also parallel. Cartesian form. Let theta be the angle between two planes a1x plus b1y plus c1z plus d1 is equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2z plus d2 is equal to 0. The direction ratios of the normal to the planes are a1 b1 c1 and a2 b2 c2 respectively. Therefore, the angle between these two planes are given as cos theta is equal to modulus of a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 divided by root over a1 square plus b1 square plus c1 square into root over a2 square plus b2 square plus c2 square. Condition for these two planes to be perpendicular is a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 is equal to 0, and condition for these planes to be parallel is a1 over a2 is equal to b1 over b2 is equal to c1 over c2. Distance of a point from a plane. Vector form. Consider a point P with position vector A and a plane pi1 whose equation is r vector dot n cap is equal to d. Now consider another plane pi2 passing through the point P and parallel to the plane pi1. The unit vector normal to the plane pi2 is n cap. Hence, its equation is r vector minus a vector dot n cap is equal to 0. That is, r vector dot n cap is equal to a vector dot n cap. That is, the distance of this plane from the origin is modulus of a vector dot n cap. Therefore, the distance between these two planes pi1 and pi2 is the distance of the plane pi1 from origin minus the distance of the plane pi2 from origin. That is modulus of d minus a vector dot n cap. Therefore, the distance of a point P whose position vector is a vector from a plane, the equation r vector dot n cap is equal to d is nothing but the perpendicular distance of a plane from the point P, that is modulus of d minus a vector dot n cap. If the equation of the plane pi2 is in the form r vector dot n vector is equal to d, where n vector is normal to the plane, then the perpendicular distance is modulus of a vector dot n vector minus d divided by modulus of n vector. The length of perpendicular from origin to the plane r vector dot n vector is equal to d is modulus of d by modulus of n vector. Cartesian form. Let P x1 y1 z1 be the given point with the position vector a and ax plus by plus cz is equal to d be the Cartesian equation of the given plane. Then a vector is equal to x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap, and n vector is equal to ai cap plus bj cap plus ck cap. Substituting the corresponding values in the vector form, we get distance of a point P from the plane as modulus of ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 minus d divided by root over a square plus b square plus c square. Angle between a line and a plane. The angle between the line and a plane is the complement of the angle between the line and normal to the plane. Let r vector is equal to a vector plus lambda b vector be the equation of the line, and r vector dot n vector is equal to d is the equation of the plane. Then the angle theta between this given line and the normal to the plane is cos theta is equal to modulus of b vector dot n vector divided by modulus of b into modulus of n. If phi is the angle between the line and the plane, then from the definition of the angle between the line and the plane, we get phi is equal to 90 minus theta. But sin 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. Therefore, sin phi is equal to modulus of b vector dot n vector by modulus of b into modulus of n.